Yay Networks.
Welcome to Logically Irrational with my parents, Tye Strickland and Melissa Rycroft. He's a little logical.
Until I start gossiping.
And she's a little irrational.
You've got nothing.
But together, they make the perfect combo.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode
of Logically Irrational.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Hey, Tabo.
Hey.
Happy post-Valentine's Day.
Yeah, day after.
Day after. Yeah, we had a good Valentine's Day.
We did. It was pretty anticlimactic.
I know. You got me a present, even though we're not supposed to give each other presents on Valentine's Day.
Well, it wasn't a big present.
It was nice. Aviator Nation. I
Yeah.
think people would say that's a big present. You got Dr. Pepper and
I got some
Smart
steaks.
Pop.
Hey, I'm happy.
You did get steaks. Yes.
Happy with that.
Ava was happy. Happy Galentine's. Girls do all of that stuff now. You know what did happen yesterday?
What?
Coda Bear had a good
Oh, good Lord.
Valentine's Day. Our sweet little Frenchie, who is my second favorite dog because she loves me so
I don't know why.
much.
Yeah. I don't know. She just gets
She
into
loves
everything.
me so much.
She's not potty trained. She eats everything.
I got the kids. Everybody knows they're those red heart-shaped assorted chocolates.
Assorted chocolates. Yep.
Right. And every kid got one. I think there were like 12 chocolates in each. And then there was packaged chocolates in a wrapper that had like a Frenchie on the front. And there were probably 6 chocolates in each of those. We kept them on the kitchen table. It was laid out and we went to bed last night.
This is a tall kitchen table.
2 nights ago, sorry. Woke up to not chocolate.
Wrappers.
Hearts, the shell of the heart, completely, all of them.
Yeah, and
So 3 hearts and then 3 of those foil wrapped chocolates gone. And I'm looking at our dogs like, who did this? Somebody, like, I'm looking at Ozzy because Ozzy is the one that does all of that. And they all got in trouble. And then all of a sudden, Coda comes around the corner. Her stomach is
you could just tell.
huge. Our little Frenchie is a thin Frenchie. She's not a fat Frenchie.
No, she's little.
So you can see her definition. She's gotten into things a few times because the girlfriend is a pig. I love her so much, but she will eat anything you put in front of her. And her stomach just expands.
Yeah.
And I went, it was her. And she's not big.
Well, and
only
she's the only one that
17
can get up
pounds.
on that table, too.
Well, Ozzy can
Or
get
the
up
other
on
one
the table.
that would get up on the
Ozzy
table.
could. I was mad at all of them because I'm like, you're all guilty of this. Bella totally does stuff like this. Ozzy does stuff like this.
100%.
And but I did feel bad. Like she was throwing up chocolate.
Well, she got the
all last night and foil. Like because she ate the candies with the wrapper, she's been throwing up foil.
It's amazing. I haven't had to take that dog to the vet.
I've looked it up. I've done the research, and it said, first of all, there's like a chocolate to weight ratio, which I was like, I don't even want to look because she totally ate more than her body weight in chocolate.
Yeah.
But it said within 4 hours you would know if there was
Something was bad.
Serious. Like, but I mean, even today she's not feeling well.
That's her own fault.
She's okay. Stop.
Dumb dog.
Stop.
It
is odd. It
the
was
chocolates
chocolate.
still had the cellophane.
That's what I was going to say. So it had the packaging with that cellophane that nobody can get into. We all have to use scissors to get into that.
She just ate right through it.
She somehow got through 3 of them. Yeah. I don't know.
It's kind of impressive, really.
She's okay. And then today, which is Thursday, if you're listening to this, it's our last day to have a 12-year-old.
Yep. We got a teenager starting tomorrow.
We have a teenager tomorrow, and she could not be more excited.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm letting her skip school tomorrow. So today's her last day of school.
Yeah, you know she has a test tomorrow?
She did not tell me that.
Yeah, told me that this morning. I was like, why are you skipping school tomorrow? Like, don't you want to go to school on your birthday?
No, because she didn't know what she's doing, but...
Whatever.
But all her friends, like, they wear her favorite color. There's one friend that brings a card, one friend that brings a salty sweet, it's a really sweet thing that they've been doing all year. And in the morning they meet 30 minutes before school starts and they exchange. And
so she was doing that today.
They were doing that today because they know she's not going to be there tomorrow because, and I know we've talked about this, I'm taking her to the hair salon and she's going to get her hair highlighted for the first time ever because I told her she had to be 13.
Oh, is
Get
that
her hair
right?
highlighted. Yes.
I didn't know this.
What? That was my rule, or that?
Well, I didn't know that there was that rule, and I didn't know she was
I
getting her
didn't.
hair
Yes,
dyed.
I was like, you're not dyeing your hair before then. And even Nicole, who does my hair, had said, she was like, I don't usually do girls' hair before they're 13, just because they don't really know what they want, and so we made this appointment months ago when we found out her birthday was on a Friday. But she's going to have her favorite Starbucks drink there waiting for her. She's going to pamper her. There's a nail salon next door. She's been wanting acrylics. I'm like, I'll let you do it this one
boy.
time for your birthday. My little 13-year-old. And I've been blowing up balloons all day because, I have to have...
So we're not going overboard at all, are we?
I have to have a kitchenscape for when she wakes up in the morning. 13's a big one, babe.
That's true.
You
It
have
is.
a 13-year-old daughter.
I can't believe that.
Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. She leaves her house at 18.
Stop.
Do the math.
Yeah, I know.
Like, it's happening.
Makes me sad.
And she's so sweet. She's a good one.
Yeah, she's a good one.
So anyway, tomorrow it starts. We have her party I had to move her party up a week. So now it's on Sunday. And we have a big party bus for all the girls. We're going to Selfie World.
I thought we were not doing that. I thought they were coming over here.
They're coming here and we're taking the party bus to Selfie World, going to eat at Miko.
How much money do you think we're spending on her birthday?
It's her 13th birthday. So I would just say, Ty, embrace it and pay off that credit card and don't ask any questions about it.
Yeah.
They only turned 13 once. But I was doing the math, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I might be. My math is off. Well, I was going to say, when
If I'm not
she
mistaken,
turns
which I am.
16, Beckett's going to be turning 13. So those are both going to be big ones. And in my mind, I was like, Kaysen will be turning 10, but Kaysen's actually going to be 11 that year.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not, I thought we were going to have 3 milestone birthdays in a row, but we won't. No big deal. And today also, which is Thursday, we get a guinea pig. Now, we started this story last week, and I don't think we ever finished it.
Oh, really?
Yes. Of Ava's in animal science, which is an elective at her school. And what they get to do on long weekends, this is going to be a 3-day weekend,
Why are they off on Monday?
and spring break.
Is it a holiday? Whatever.
And they take the animals home, and it's reptiles. They have chinchillas, they have bunnies, they have guinea pigs, they have all that stuff. And Ava has had her eye on the guinea pigs. And we get a guinea pig. We get Donut. He's a long-haired guinea pig, and I am so excited. You call him a rat pig.
Well, I mean, it's a rodent, right? It's not a pig.
It's a guinea pig.
I know. Why is it called a pig? I was asking Ava this morning. She didn't have an answer for me.
Why is it called a guinea pig?
Why do they call it a pig if it's not a pig?
Well, no, it's a form. It's a type of. It's not like a descendant of a pig, but like he squeaks. And
You didn't answer the question at all.
He's really
I don't know
cute.
why.
Hey, Siri, ask
No,
her.
we already went through this
Okay.
morning. It doesn't give you a good answer.
Okay, there's probably not. It's just the name of it.
That's why I called it a guinea rat.
Anyway, so I get to go get Donut today at 4:00, and we get Donut for the whole weekend. So, I mean, girlfriend is going to have a pretty killer start
She's
to 13.
really excited about this guinea pig.
I know she.
Really excited.
And now that we know that Coda can jump on our kitchen table, we need to keep Donut up high enough
Yeah,
that
no
no
kidding.
dog
In her cage,
can
his cage,
reach.
whatever it is.
It's a boy.
Well, how do I know that?
His name is Donut, and he's a guinea pig.
Okay.
Ty. Not a rat,
I
and
didn't know
not
it was
an
a boy
it.
or a girl.
You still call Coda it. Anyway, that's it. You got anything? Any recap? Anything coming up?
Oh my goodness, it's going to get busy this weekend, especially we have our first lacrosse games. We have.
Is he ready, by the
baseball.
way?
I don't have any idea.
I don't know if we've had enough practice for
I
Jason
don't-
to be ready for a lacrosse game.
Yeah, he's had 3 practices, so we'll see. We'll see.
We have a bunch of birthday parties too. Yeah.
Busy weekend.
All the kids have birthday parties to go to. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
That'd be good. All right. Well, let's do some pop news and then some reality.
got it.
All right.
Pop news time.
Well, let's start with obviously Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
What everybody's talking about.
What a great game.
We have a new Super Bowl. No, we actually don't have a new Super Bowl champion. We have
Same Super Bowl
We have
champion.
a reigning Super Bowl champion, which is the Chiefs. It was a great game. It was I don't even particularly like football, and I didn't really care. I know I was saying I was going for the 49ers. I think I kind of ended up wanting the Chiefs just because everybody's talking about the Chiefs.
Yeah. It was awesome because we got to go to 2 parties and then we still made it home for most of the second half.
Right.
to watch it with just our family, like
Right.
laying on the couch.
Which I'm so
It's getting
happy.
late.
I'm so happy we were home by halftime.
Yeah,
Which
me
what
too.
time was that? 7:30?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Something
I think
like
it was later
that.
than
But yes, we got to go have fun with all of our friends. Came home. We watched it as a family together. Boys were on the edge of their seats because it's overtime.
Yeah,
What's
it was
going to happen? First, before we get into it, though, I do want to say I know the parade that took place yesterday. There was the shooting, like awful stuff, and we don't usually talk about that on the podcast. They did come out today though and say that it was a dispute between several people. It was not an act of what they call "quote unquote" terrorism of somebody just going to like shoot up the whole
Right.
thing. Regardless,
Yeah,
I
it's
think
still bad.
the people are still affected, but we're going to breeze on over that because that puts down the mood of everything. Now, this Super Bowl was the largest audience for a single network telecast to date. Did you hear that?
No.
Yes, 123.7 million people. Now,
Good gosh.
I know 112 million of those viewers were tuned into the actual broadcast on CBS alone, which was the largest audience ever for a single network. So the rest were measured across, there was Paramount Plus, Nickelodeon. Did you hear that? We were talking about
Yeah.
that at one of our parties,
Right.
that there's a Nickelodeon broadcast where like SpongeBob and all those guys are doing.
Yeah, we've watched some of it.
It's cute.
Yeah, I mean, for the kids, it is good.
It's cute. Univision, CBS Sports, and then the NFL digital properties, including NFL Plus. Now, they say that this was set up for ratings gold from the beginning because it was the Kansas City Chiefs. They're the defending champions, right? People want to see if they're going to win again. You obviously had all the Taylor Swift. Is she gonna make it? Is she not? She's there. Who's she there with? Who's in her suite? What's going on? Like all of that. Travis Kelce has been getting just as much publicity, and there was a lot of buzz around Usher and who's going to perform with Usher. Like it had really. I think we knew Alicia Keys. We all guessed Justin Bieber.
Right.
But other than that, it was
Didn't really know.
what's going to happen. And so I think it was kind of everybody was super interested in what's going to happen this Super Bowl. Now, before this, the biggest telecast of all time was last year's Super Bowl, which was between the Chiefs and the Eagles, which was 115.1 million. So it jumped from 115 to 123, which is huge.
I mean, it's huge.
It's almost 10 million people.
It's crazy.
Right? So the only thing that I could find telecast that has this beat, which is still after a 4-day trip to reach the moon, the lunar module landed on July 20th, 1969. And according to the National Air and Space Museum, among other sources, an estimated 650 million people around the globe watched as Neil Armstrong got off, landed on the moon, and said, that's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. 125 million to 150 million at that time, they couldn't track everybody, was in the U.S. alone. So those numbers, even if it's at the 125 at the low point, beats Usher.
So is the number that you gave me for the Super Bowl?
Well, so
that in
that's why it
America?
said, quote, largest audience for a single network telecast to date. So it must be two different things that they're measuring, right?
Yeah, maybe.
I didn't know the details of it, but I mean,
Still, a lot of people watched it.
650 million people around the world. They're watching you land on the moon. And then let's talk Usher for a minute, because his halftime has now surpassed Rihanna and it has been the most watched halftime.
Was Rihanna last year?
Rihanna was last time, and she had 121 million people watching hers. He had 129.3 million watching his.
Wait, so they had more than the game?
Usher had more than the game.
Yeah, that's weird to me.
On average. Yeah. Yeah. And the way they do it is weird. They're like, at any point during the game, this is how many people are watching.
Okay.
So it's an average
Gotcha.
of the entire thing. Now, I will say, I loved the halftime. I did. We watched it live at our party, and it was hard. There were times where I was like, I can't tell what song he's singing because everybody's talking.
Yeah,
And
that's the hard part about going to a Super Bowl party, because we didn't hardly watch any commercials either.
I didn't see any commercial.
They were on the radio the next day. They were ranking the commercials, and I was like, I
didn't
don't
see
know.
any
I
of
didn't
them.
see any of these.
But I made you watch the halftime performance the next day.
Much better the second time.
Because we actually got to watch
Yeah.
it. Like, I think it definitely was a slower start, but it built up and it built up and it built up. And then it ended, obviously, with Lil Jon and Ludacris. Yeah. And it was like full-blown party, wearing the suits from, what is it, Dodgeball. Yeah. Everybody was comparing it to.
They killed it.
No,
they
it was
killed it.
It was great.
Good.
It was great. Like, I don't know what else he could have. I loved the band they brought in. I liked the dancers. I liked the whole production.
There was a lot going on.
Oh, yeah.
We made the comment right after it ended that if they wouldn't have brought Ludacris and Lil Jon out, that it wouldn't have been that great. And then when I went back and watched it, I was like, we were so wrong. The whole thing was great.
Well, I'm going to be honest. I didn't recognize will.i.am.
Or Jermaine Dupri.
Or, you're right. Like, they came on and I'm like, I don't know who that is. Why do I not know who that is? Well, was it will.i.am that was in the mask?
Yeah.
I didn't get the reference, so I didn't understand it. But yeah, he had a lot of people on. He had her too with the big guitar.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with her. Alicia Keys.
Oh yeah, Alicia Keys was phenomenal. No,
it was awesome.
I thought it was a great show. He's coming to Dallas. He even told me he's got an extra show. I was like, let's go.
Yeah.
He's 45 years old, by the way.
We've seen him in concert once, and it was really good.
He was great.
Yeah, we should.
I heard, too, that he and his girlfriend got a marriage license like the day before the Super Bowl, and they got married right after.
After? Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah.
Good way to celebrate.
100%. Because he's like, I'm about to blow up.
Yeah. I'm sure
I'm not getting paid for this, but I tell you what.
Yeah, he's getting paid one way.
I'll bet you his concert, I should have looked it up, but I'll bet you it's sold out. How many tickets he sold from before halftime to after halftime.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So let's talk the commercial. No, you didn't see any. I saw some after. And my favorite, maybe it's because I'm a fan and I go every single day, but the Dunkin'
Oh yeah, that was good. That
with
was
Ben
good.
Affleck,
I saw it
Matt
on Good
Damon,
Morning America.
Your favorite J-Lo, and Tom Brady. I thought it was clever. And the outtakes, they showed the outtakes, which were funny. Like, I just thought it was, and they're selling those stupid jumpsuits, and the jumpsuits sold out. They're like, don't worry, we're making more. I'm like, you don't need to make more. Like, I'm in. I like it.
Is it a jumpsuit, a one piece?
No, it's what we tracksuit, like what we all used to wear.
Okay, yeah.
You know,
like a windsuit.
Yeah, windsuit, a matching top and bottom windsuit. Exactly. It sold out.
That's funny. I can't believe they are selling those.
Well, they made more. Their website said we're making more. I'm like, you shouldn't. I think it was a fad. I think it was.
Yeah, people won't recognize it.
It was funny though. It was good to see Damon and Affleck back together. It was funny to see Tom Brady mixed into it. I don't know. What other? I don't think I saw any other commercials. I'm gonna be honest.
Do you have a list of any?
No,
other
I don't. I didn't make a list.
I don't know.
So you didn't see any?
I really didn't. Probably some of the ones that they played we've seen since.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I didn't.
A lot of the times they play them before too. Like you get to see a sneak peek.
Yeah, I read where it's more cost effective for them to play them before the game.
Well, because there was one, it was Uber Eats, and it had Jennifer Aniston and David Schwimmer. Did you hear about that?
I heard it, like she doesn't recognize him.
I saw it. I saw the commercial, and it was. I mean, it's okay. It was okay. They could have done more. I'm like, if they're gonna have a reunion of Ross and Rachel,
if they're gonna pay those two people, better be good.
Make it epic to where it's what everybody's talking about. And they had like in that commercial, it's Jelly Roll, and he had forgotten he had tattoos on his face, and he's trying to rub the tattoos on his face. I mean, it's cute, but it wasn't. I don't think it had the lasting effect maybe they wanted.
It's funny that Jelly Roll is a big celebrity now.
Yeah, Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll.
What a name.
And then lastly with Super Bowl, we talked last week, Alyssa Milano, who was in trouble with GoFundMe.
Mm-hmm. Well, not in trouble with the public.
I mean, but here she is again. She got in trouble again.
Oh, what'd she do now?
She took her son to the Super Bowl. The son that she was raising money for on GoFundMe to go to a tournament.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Well, because they had like front row seats. She was taking pictures of where they were. He got to go meet the team before the game. Like all these, and people are like, wait a minute. Like, how much money did you spend to get those front row seats, but backstage passes, this and that, and you wanted us to pay for your son to go to his baseball tournament? I'm just saying what the controversy is.
I don't have any problem with her going to the game and all of that. Like, she shouldn't have put it on GoFundMe. She should have had the kids raise money.
Well, again, I don't know if she put it on or she posted. I have no idea. But it's like she can't win right now. I feel like if I'm her, I'm like, we're going to go and I'm not going to post it. I'm not going to let anybody know we were here, but we're going to go create these memories and we're going to do our own thing. And nobody will know the difference because if she had not posted on social media, nobody would know they were there.
Do you think that she paid for her tickets? Somebody like that?
I bet she did because she wasn't in a suite. She was down on the field. But again, her and her husband, between them, they...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
no, they don't need anybody to pay for their...
Well, right, but if they have the choice of getting to pay for them or getting them for free...
100%. Who's not going to get them for free?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. We had a friend who got to go in a suite for free.
Mm-hmm.
He went private there and back. Like...
Must be tough.
I know,
Must be
man. What
tough.
a life. I would love that. That's all I got on Super Bowl. Anything else for you? Any takeaways?
No, it was just great.
Yeah.
It was fun. The whole thing, it was a perfect ending to the season.
Was it?
Yeah. I mean...
Are you happy Chiefs won?
I like the Chiefs. You know, the Chiefs used to be in Dallas.
Oh, they didn't.
They were the Dallas Texans.
How long ago?
A long time ago.
No way.
Yeah, and all of their ties, like their owner is from Dallas.
They were the Dallas Texans, and now they're the Kansas City Chiefs. That seems like a completely different team.
Well, it is. They move and they change it. Like, you know, the Houston Oilers moved to Tennessee and they became the Tennessee Titans.
That's really weird.
Yeah. Happens.
But how? It's not even the same team then. Like, what's the point of just start a new franchise at that point?
Well, I mean,
Do you see what I'm saying? It seems like, do they take all the players to the new team?
yeah. Yeah, the whole team. You move and that team now is based out of a different city. It's much easier to do that than it is to add another team.
I'm not saying add, but you're
Well, that's
taking
what you
away
just
a
said.
team. Well, you're taking away a team and you're putting a new team in somewhere.
Yeah, I don't, okay. I'm just telling you what happened.
Okay, let's talk Marcus Jordan and Larsa Pippen.
Well, I read that they broke up
Yes, because we've talked about them before, so they have.
because they were on Traders.
He wasn't on Traders very long. He didn't do well on Traders. He got off before she did.
Is she still on?
No, she's off.
Okay,
But
we're still going on that one, right?
He left.
Get them all confused.
The thing with the U.S. Traders is because it comes out
Once a week.
weekly, we feel behind because we've been binging. We did Australia,
Yeah,
and now we're
and
doing
the
UK. And the UK one, I mean, they just fly by. It's just so fun. So
Right.
then the once a week when we actually watch the US, I'm like, I can't tell.
forget
I don't
who did
remember.
what,
Who's
right.
even on the cast? I don't remember. So there is a 16-year age gap between these two. She is 49 and he's 33. Sure, no issue. Now, rumors of a breakup between them started on this past Sunday. Tell me this is not you telling the world you want people to know there's trouble in paradise. So Larsa, unfollowed him on Instagram and deleted all the photos of just him on Instagram. She also shared a post on her Instagram story in which she included a poll that asked her followers, quote, "Should your friends unfollow your ex?" ? I mean, hello. Now, in June, Marcus and Larsa started their own podcast. So they've had their own podcast, and it's called Separation Anxiety, and it's through iHeart. The last episode that they put out, though, was November 13th. So a lot of people are like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I know we get a lot of flack sometimes because we don't.
Right. Miss a week or so.
Which, by the way, can I say I did not think we were going to be able to do this podcast today because last night I thought I tore my calf in half.
Oh, yeah.
And I had an orthopedic appointment today at noon. And I went, it's just not going to happen. I'm going to have to tell everybody we can't do it.
But we did.
Well, so I can walk, meaning it's not torn, right?
That's not necessarily true.
Oh.
I mean, like I tore mine and I could still walk.
But last night, this is so weird. Super quick. So for the past 2 weeks, my left calf has been really hurting me. Like it feels like it's always sore. And I knew I pulled something, I did something. So I've laid off of my cardio. I haven't run, which I love to run. I haven't done any of that. And last night I was dropping Kason off at lacrosse and I was in a tank top and it was cold. And I literally I said bye to my friends, went to turn and run to my car because I was cold. My calf popped and I fell to the ground. And when I got up, I could not put any weight on my calf. And I'm limping and I'm hopping, I'm crying because I was like, it felt like fire going up and down my leg. And even when we went to bed last night, I couldn't walk on it. But then this morning I woke up and I could put weight on it. Like I'm hobbling.
Right.
I wouldn't say I'm walking normally, but I can put weight on it.
Hopefully it was just pulled.
So I canceled my orthopedic appointment because.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was the right move. I guess we can wait a couple days and see if
Right.
it gets any better. And
Right.
hopefully it's just pulled.
Right.
And then it'll just time
the pop
will.
makes me nervous because I distinctly felt a pop.
Well-
Like it's the first time I felt a whoa.
Pulling a muscle, you can feel that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've done both.
Okay. Well,
Hopefully that's all it is.
man, 40 is fun. Let me tell you. As I
When
sit
my
here with my
muscles don't
glasses
work.
on my thyroid medication, 40 is fun. So anyway, they had not done a podcast since November 13th, and people were like, what's going on? I don't, And anybody that has followed them knows that Michael Jordan himself, who is Marcus's dad, has expressed his non-desire for this relationship.
Non-approval.
Right. From the beginning. Obviously him and Scottie Pippen, there's a kind of a notorious feud, and Larsa is obviously Scotty's ex, and then you've got Jordan's
The whole thing is weird.
son. It is a very weird thing. The initial reports came out and said that it was due to family issues, which makes you believe Michael finally put his foot down and was like, dude, I'm cutting you off. I'm whatever. If this is what I have to do to stop this relationship. Others say it came down to children. Like Marcus wanted children, and Larsa, being 49, was like, I don't want any more children. Who knows what it is, but this
bad for them.
Relationship seems to at least be on pause.
Is she on Real Housewives or something like that?
Yes, she was. I think it's Miami.
What does he do?
He's Michael
Just
Jordan's
Michael Jordan's son.
Michael Jordan's son grew up knowing I don't have to do anything. Did you hear what my dad's shoes auctioned for last week? We talked about it. I'm fine.
Does he run some sort of company for him, or just
Well,
unemployed?
even the Air Jordans, does Michael run that? That's Nike, isn't it?
Right, no.
Yeah, Michael
but
has no stake in.
Michael makes money so many different ways that.
Right. But that's probably why he told Marcus, and he goes, if you would like to continue to
Yeah.
make this Jordan money, I'm going to tell you right now,
Enough's enough.
this relationship is
over
not
with.
going to get you that money. You make the decision.
Maybe.
Love or
Maybe
money.
You're just
I'm
speculating, right? Okay.
100%. That's all anybody's doing right now. Okay, let's do a little reality.
You got it.
Roundup.
Reality Roundup.
Okay, so we had a recommendation from Julie on Facebook.
We need some recommendations.
I
We're
know.
running
Well,
low
I have
on
a couple,
stuff.
but
Good.
this one, it's called Night Agent on.
Yeah, on Netflix.
Okay, go for it.
Well, I don't know anything about it other
right.
than there was a time a couple of months ago where
Yeah.
it was the #1 show for 3 or 4 weeks.
Okay, well, she said to watch it.
Okay.
I looked it up and it said it is good for, quote, a background show and good for multitaskers. And I went, well, that's just perfect for us.
Well, that is
That's-
perfect for us, but that means
That's
that means
exactly
you don't
what-
have to pay attention.
It's fine.
Yeah, I kind of like.
We look for shows like
okay,
that.
you're right.
I didn't look up the synopsis yet, but Night Agent on Netflix is on our list, okay? Also on Netflix, it's called Lover, Stalker, Killer. Have you seen this? I think it's #1 right now
I don't think so.
on Netflix.
Yeah, it's that.
It's just the guy. It's the face of the guy.
Right, but isn't it about a specific murder?
So it examines the love triangle that led to the disappearance and murder of an Iowa woman. Yes. In this twisting documentary, a mechanic tries online dating for the first time, meets a woman who takes romantic obsession to a deadly extreme. Does that sound familiar? We just watched.
You're right. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was saying.
So 2020 has their thing. I think it's called Bad Romance on Mondays now that they've been doing, which I love.
Yeah, it's good.
This was the story that they just covered this week. And it's apparently a Netflix documentary. So I know you're not into it. I would like to see the
Yeah, I
Netflix
mean, I guess I
documentary
could.
because I feel like Netflix always does things in a completely different
Yeah.
way.
I'll do that.
Even though we know the outcome and we know what happens.
Maybe we just need to wait a week and then watch it.
But I'm in on that. And then we also started last night the new Love is Blind. This
Yep.
is Love is Blind season 6. So we're brand new. We haven't, I think there's only a couple episodes out before they start releasing them
Out into the
one at a time. I don't know many of the characters yet other than that Matthew guy. Do you remember Matthew? He's the big muscular guy with the glasses that came in with like a spreadsheet. I've got 15 questions for you. Pick a number.
Not the big musclehead guy, but the guy that has the.
He's
the
a big
list.
guy.
Yeah,
Yes, but he
gotcha.
had the list. And someone would say, oh, ask me number 4. and he'd ask it. And then the one girl, she goes, okay, well, I have the same question for you. You answer it. And he goes, oh, I wasn't going to answer any questions. I'm just asking.
I'm not taking questions today.
And then he also, when he did that with another girl and she was talking for a while, he left her. He left her in the pod by himself or by herself. Remember that?
What a jerk.
And he was like, all right. Yeah, so that's
Remember
kind of
the
my...
one girl that fell asleep last year?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That'd be bad.
I wonder how long you're in the pod.
I don't know. Long enough to fall asleep. Yeah, it's not
or
good.
I feel like I'd be like, all right, well, hey, I'm going to go. You're not feeling it either, right? Like we're good. I don't need to pretend.
No need to force something.
So we'll see. Also on Netflix it's called Can I Tell You a Secret?
Haven't heard of that one.
I know. And it is 3 women's lives are changed forever when a prolific stalker infiltrates their social media accounts. And apparently they're only a fraction of his actual victims. So it's about somebody that is stalking people virtually online, which is kind of a thing right now. It says, imagine your deepest secrets weaponized, your online life turned into a stalker's playground. That's the terrifying reality for 3 women targeted by a digital predator who infiltrated their accounts by blurring the lines between virtual whispers and real world nightmares.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
in on that.
Okay. Oh, I have more suggestions for you.
Good.
All right. The Truth About Jim.
I haven't heard of that one
It's
either.
on Max. It's a 4-part documentary. Do you know the name Jim Mordecai?
I don't think so.
Maybe. So he was a star football player, high school teacher, future Farmers of America bigwig, landscape architect, a respected and well-liked presence in the Bay Area community. He also was a tyrant of a husband and a father who sexually assaulted young girls, including his own stepdaughters, manipulated and tortured relatives, and tore his multiple families apart. However, they say this may have been the tip of the iceberg. So it's called The Truth About Jim, and it contends that he might have additionally been a never apprehended serial killer on top of all of that, or even the infamous Zodiac killer, which if you're a fan of true crime, everybody's trying to figure out who the Zodiac killer, like who is this guy really? So it came out February 15th, which is Thursday today. It's called The Truth About Jim. It's a 4-part Max docuseries. And it's about this, she's a reporter, she's a reporter, but she's actually related to this guy. And she's investigating her step-grandfather, and in doing so, finally grapples with the secrets that have plagued her extended clan for generations.
That's pretty interesting.
It is pretty interesting. I have more, though.
Okay.
This one I think you'll
I want to watch that one for sure.
I think you're going to like this one.
Good.
It's called Death and Other Details. And it's on Hulu.
We
It's
have
not
a-
all
we have a-
that.
we have a theme here.
This is not a docu.
We got any comedies in here?
This is a comedy. I can't remember what the show was that we watched. That it was a comedy murder, and it had the girl from.
It's I know what you're talking about.
Okay, you know what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Do you know what the genre of that?
Okay. It was.
Think about it while I do this. So it's 10 episodes that are released weekly, but they started January 16th. So we're actually quite a few episodes in right now. And it says, quote, set amidst the glamour of the global elite, Death and Other Details centers on the brilliant and restless Imogene Scott, who finds herself in the wrong place at the wrong time, even though, okay, it might have been her fault, and becomes the prime suspect in a locked room murder mystery. The setting is a lavishly restored Mediterranean ocean liner. The suspects are every pampered guest and every exhausted crew member. The problem, she needs to prove her innocence, and she must partner with a man who she despises, Rufus Coatsworth, the world's greatest detective. So it follows a detective who finds himself on a luxury cruise liner that descends into chaos when there's a murder committed in a seemingly locked room. You have Imogene Scott. She's the woman who finds herself involved in this whole thing. And when she tries to join with him, she finds out like she's the prime suspect of the murder. But the way it looks, it's set up to where it's kind of this.
Kind of a whodunit type
It's
thing.
a whodunit, cool. Right? Comedy.
I'm in on that.
Murder. Well, all right.
I like where you have to think and figure stuff out.
Well, it looks like it's a true whodunit. Like
but
it makes you.
But it's not true.
No. It's
Okay.
not true. But I watched the trailer online. I was going to put it, but it doesn't really do it justice. But they show, like, every once in a while, they show a big watch or they show a this. And I'm like, I'll bet you they want us to watch and see what they're talking about. Yeah, whodunit is
develop
probably
theories and
the perfect way to say it. And then lastly for you, I feel like you would be interested in this. The Dynasty, New England Patriots.
Yeah,
It's on Apple TV.
Oh, it's going to be awesome then.
Yep.
Everything on Apple TV is good.
It chronicles the rise and historic 20-year run of the Patriots during the Brady, Belichick, and Kraft era.
Wow.
Out now on Apple TV.
We're in on that. Are you in on that?
Sure.
Or should I watch that at the
I love a
gym?
sports docu, 100%. I may not be a New England fan, but
Maybe you will be.
100. Listen, I've watched all of those with you.
Here's a little known fact. One of my roommates in college played for the New England Patriots.
Yes, he did. You want to say his name?
His name is Wes Welker.
He doesn't play anymore. He's married to a Playboy model, isn't he? She
No,
was.
not a Playboy.
Oh.
It was like Hawaiian Tropic or something.
Oh, she was a model.
Well, it was
She's beautiful.
Different things, though.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, and now he coaches for the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, I remember that when we were dating. Because when we first started dating, he had just started playing for New England. And I was like, oh my God, you know somebody? And I think he hit on me at a party.
Kind of hit on you one time,
Yeah.
maybe.
It was like a holiday party or something.
Yeah.
The same one that your friend Trevor showed me his watch made of diamonds. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that
Awesome.
party. I found you though.
You're stuck with me.
You were my
with
Valentine.
the 13-year-old.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Ty.
I know.
We're not old enough to have a teenager.
I think we might be.
We're not old enough to have a teenager. So proud of her though. You know what? She's a good teenager.
She's a good one.
I will take
A
her.
Good egg.
I will keep her. And you compliment her hair tomorrow when she comes home,
sure
and her
will.
nails. And we're going to I didn't say this. We have a steak dinner. We're going to a steakhouse tomorrow night for
Fancy-
her.
fancy
She doesn't
dinner.
know. She doesn't know anything that's happening. But yeah, just for her. Fancy.
But we're taking the boys too.
Yeah, everybody's going.
All right.
Family dinner.
In.
Okay, everybody. Hope you had a great week, and I hope you have a great week coming up. Make sure you like, rate, review, subscribe, all that stuff to the podcast. And unless my calf falls off my body, we will see you
Same
next
time?
week.
Same time?
Yeah, and
Same place.
yeah.
Got
Good
'em.
job.